Gladys, a librarian with the National Library Board. Thank you for joining me on this holiday special. The theme for today is Love Our Home, and I am going to introduce to you a few books you can read this June holiday. The first story is Professor Ashoket's Deep Sea Voyage, written by Dr. Dominic Wallerman, illustrated by Ben Newman, and published by Flying Eye Books. Kids, have you wondered, how deep is the ocean? What are all the animals in this giant pool? Or even, where did all this water come from? This book unravels the mystery of our big and beautiful ocean. Go on a journey with Astrocat and discover how the ocean was formed and meet the different types of creatures that live underwater. Learn about the great white shark, and even lesser-known ones like the alien-like hammerhead shark and the scary-looking goblin shark. Explore the colorful coral reefs and find out how they support the animals who call the ocean home. Astrocat will also take a deep dive into the ocean, wearing a bright yellow scuba suit that's made to provide him with oxygen so that he can breathe underwater. Amazing, isn't it? Kids, would you like to venture into the deep ocean too? With all these beautiful animals at sea, have you wondered what threatens them? Well, you might have guessed it. Pollution. A lot of plastic that we use finds its way into the ocean. A plastic does not break down. The plastic stays around for a very long time. Our dear creatures might then accidentally swallow them or get hurt from the plastic pieces or discarded fishing nets. This is a big problem. Now, after learning about what's in the sea, let's look at what's around us on our land. This leads me to the second story, Busy-Eyed Day, written by Anne-Marie Pace, illustrated by Fan Preston Gannon, and published by Beach Lane Books. In this book, two siblings take a walk with their grandmother and mother and spend the day taking in all the sights in the park. As you journey with them, you will see many interesting animals and be drawn to how their eyes look. For example, you see a big-eyed buck and a stalk-eyed slug. At the playground, you'll notice a nervous, close-eyed rider on a swing and excited open-eyed slider on the slide. At the pond, you'll discover a cautious, side-eyed frog and impulsive, wide-eyed dog. How about the eight-eyed spider? Now that's a sight, isn't it? Indeed, a busy-eyed day at the park. There's always so much to see. What do you see at your own park? Indeed, we have a beautiful home that we call Earth. As inhabitants, we must do our part to protect our home from the dangers. So, what could we do? Well, you might have guessed it. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. The 3 R's. The third story, Let's Save Water, will bring you through ways you can reduce your use of water. Indeed, that is a very important part of the 3 R's. Kids, do you know that most of Earth's water is in the oceans? But it has so much salt. This water has to be treated with energy so that it is fresh for you to drink it. That is why we have to save water when we can. This story brings us through just how many times in a day we use water. When we brush our teeth, when you wash our hands, and even when you take a shower. How then can we save water? Maybe when you cannot finish your water, you can water your plants with it. How about fixing the faucet with your parent when it is leaking so that it would not be dripping when it is not in use? Lastly, you can collect rainwater with a bucket, which you can then use to water your garden or wash a car. How else can you save water? Feel free to check out other books by Bullfrog Books as they teach you more ways to engage in reducing, reusing, and recycling. The fourth book, Earth Hour, is written by Nanette Heffernan and illustrated by Bao Lu. Do you remember a time when your family switched off all the lights at home, even when it is not bedtime yet? Well, that is Earth Hour, a light-out event for our planet. This story brings you through many ways which millions of people use energy every day and every night. It makes our home feel warm even when it's cold outside, or it cooks the delicious soup that we put into our bowls. Even these beautiful lights you see outside consume a lot of energy. That is why on a Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. sharp, a day in March, everyone around the world will turn off the lights for a whole hour, and the only light you see are the twinkling stars outside. This is an act that shows how much we want to care for our environment. Kids, you can always find more ways to save energy. It does not only have to happen during Earth Hour. So, come up with ways which you can reduce electricity and share them with your family members. Together, you can play your part in loving and protecting our home. In this next segment, I'm going to take you through an arts and crafts session where you'll be able to create something beautiful from old recycled items. On my table, you'll see a toilet roll, colorful paper, coloring materials, glue, a pair of scissors, and a pencil. Kids, can you guess what we're making? We're making a butterfly pencil holder. First, fold a piece of paper in half. Then, draw a butterfly wing at the fold of the paper. Then, proceed to cut it out with the help of an older family member. Open it up and you'll see butterfly wings. Then, using coloring materials, decorate the wings as you please. Then, using glue, wrap the toilet roll with paper. Then, glue the toilet roll to the center of the butterfly wings. Can you see a butterfly forming? If you have googly eyes, you can paste them onto the toilet roll. If not, you can just draw them on with a marker. Draw a smiley face with a marker. Lastly, cut out the bottom wings so that your pencil holder can stand. There you have it, your butterfly pencil holders. Kids, that's all for today. I hope that you will check out the books that I have recommended you and share what you learned with your family and friends. See you next time!